At the beginning of the drama, we are introduced to our main male lead, Lin, whose wedding ceremony is about to begin. But just as everything is going smoothly, a girl wearing a bridal dress suddenly arrives and declares that this wedding cannot happen. This girl is our main heroine, Jin Shi. She then starts explaining through a flashback why she came here in the first place. It turns out that Jin is an excellent boxer. She also has a twin sister named Xiao, who has been suffering from severe bullying at her workplace. Everything started 1 year earlier. Now we go back to 1 year ago. Jin confidently walks into the company while pretending to be her twin sister, Xiao. Since everyone mistakes her for Xiao, the receptionist immediately starts bullying and insulting her, just like she always did with Xiao. However, Jin doesn't reveal that she's actually Xiao's twin sister. Instead, she decides to teach the receptionist a proper lesson, leaving her completely speechless. After that, Jin enters the office and remembers that Xiao had told her about her rude boss, who constantly made her life miserable. So Jin heads straight to his office, determined to deal with him as well. As she walks out of his cabin, she notices another employee harassing a female coworker. Jin immediately remembers that Xiao had also complained about this same colleague. Without wasting another second, Jin beats him up so badly that the entire office is left stunned. Then she remembers another senior employee who had once slapped Xiao and continuously harassed her. Naturally, Jin doesn't let him go either. She beats him up so badly that he can barely stand afterward. Just then, another man appears. He is Lin's personal assistant and one of the few people who has always treated Xiao kindly. He politely tells Jin that Mr. Lin is waiting for his secretary and reminds her that she shouldn't behave like this in the office. Since he was always nice to Xiao, Jin decides not to hurt him. Instead, she thinks that the real problem is the boss himself, and he'll be the next one to receive a lesson. The drama then introduces Lin properly. We learn that he is the youngest person ever to take charge of the powerful V group. He's incredibly handsome, rich, famous, and has just returned from studying abroad. Since he's the heir of the family business, reporters constantly surround him, asking questions about both his work and his rumored relationship with a certain woman. Meanwhile, Jin also arrives there, intending to embarrass the boss. She suddenly removes the cap from the man she believes is Lin, only to discover that she grabbed the wrong person. The real boss wasn't him at all. After that, we return to the office. Lin is reading an article about himself when Jin arrives. He immediately points out that she's exactly 2 minutes and 30 seconds late. He asks why she's been causing so much trouble lately, and even shows her the CCTV footage of her pulling off that man's cap earlier. However, Jin has no interest in listening to him. Lin warns her that if she continues behaving like this, he'll have no choice but to fire her. Hearing that, Jin loses her temper, grabs him, and throws him straight onto the floor. Here, we get another flashback explaining Jin's past. She's a national-level boxer who has won numerous medals throughout her career. Although she and Xiao are twins, their lives are completely different. Xiao's lifelong dream was to work at V Group, so Jin sacrificed many of her own dreams to help her sister achieve that goal. But instead of finding happiness, Xiao was constantly bullied at work. That's why Jin decided to replace her and secretly take revenge on everyone who had mistreated her sister. Surprisingly, after Lin falls to the ground, the neck pain that had been bothering him for a long time suddenly disappears. At that moment, his assistant arrives and reminds him that it's time for an important meeting. Everyone heads toward the conference room. During the meeting, several employees whisper among themselves that although Lin has only recently returned from abroad, he's already proving himself to be an incredibly capable businessman. Inside the meeting, one employee confidently presents a project and claims that it will generate a 75% profit. However, Lin had already carefully reviewed the entire presentation beforehand. He calmly points out that half of the raw materials are defective, meaning the company will actually earn only 62% profit instead. The employee is left completely speechless. Everyone realizes that despite being young, Lin possesses exceptional business knowledge. After the meeting, Lin notices that several employees have bruises all over their faces. He asks what happened to them. Jin silently gestures toward them as if warning them not to say anything unless they want another beating. One employee quickly lies, saying he was hit by a car that morning. Another claims he was the driver of that same car, while the third insists he was sitting inside it during the accident. Their ridiculous excuse is so funny that even Lin understands they're obviously lying. He orders everyone else to leave except Jin. Once they're alone, Lin tells Jin that if she wants to continue working as his secretary, she must start acting professionally. After all, becoming his secretary was her own choice. Jin remains silent because technically it wasn't her choice at all. It was Xiao's dream. Later, Lin asks Jin to visit a bakery and buy some cakes. She goes there, but the line is so long that she almost doesn't get a Lin's to buy one. At that moment, our second male lead makes his first appearance. He was about to buy the last remaining cake, but after seeing Jin, he kindly gives it to her instead. He simply smiles and says she can pay him next time before walking away. On her way back, Jin runs into the same employees she beat up earlier. They complain that just because she's the boss's secretary doesn't mean she has the right to bully everyone. Hearing that instantly reminds Jin of the time when one of them slapped Xiao and called her completely useless. Without saying another word, Jin gives him several hard slaps across the face and tells him that he's the truly worthless one before walking away. The three beaten employees gather together and decide to call someone named Feng, hoping he'll finally teach Jin a lesson. Unfortunately for them, Jin overhears the entire conversation and asks who this Feng is. They immediately pretend they don't know anything. Back at the office, Jin finally hands the cakes to Lin, but Lin casually says he's no longer in the mood for them and tells her to eat them instead. Jin becomes furious. She throws the cakes aside and asks if he made her waste all that time for absolutely nothing. Later, while Lin is reading some documents, he notices that his tie isn't properly adjusted. He asks Jin to fix it because that's one of a secretary's responsibilities. Jin can't believe what she's hearing. She asks if he seriously can't even fix his own tie. Lin gives her a long lecture about a secretary's duties. Finally, Jin agrees. However, instead of fixing his tie gently, she grabs it so tightly that she practically starts choking him. Lin loses his balance, and both of them fall together onto the sofa. Right at that romantic moment, Lin's mother suddenly walks into the office. Embarrassed, Lin quickly tells Jin to leave and come back later. Before leaving, Jin looks at Lin's mother and asks whether she remembers her. This question leads to another flashback. Earlier, Xiao had once applied for a security-related position at the company. While waiting for her interview, several rich girls mocked her cheap clothes and humiliated her for looking poor. When Xiao finally entered the interview room, Lin, his assistant, and Lin's mother were all present. Lin's mother behaved very coldly toward her. Nervously, Xiao introduced herself and also mentioned that she had written several articles. Lin's mother showed no interest whatsoever. However, Lin took Xiao's writing samples himself and said that he would personally read them. If he liked them, he would even help publish them because he believed she was talented. Right there, he hired Xiao as his personal secretary, leaving even his mother shocked by how quickly he made the decision. Back in the present, Lin's mother carefully looks at Jin but says she doesn't remember her because she meets too many people every day. Lin's assistant politely asks Jin to leave since everyone is busy. As Jin walks away, she quietly promises herself that one day she'll definitely make Lin's mother remember her. Inside the office, Lin asks his mother why she came. She explains that she has an important business meeting with a major client named Li Hao. That night, Jin is walking alone when she notices dozens of motorcycles parked nearby. She immediately realizes something is wrong. A large group of bikers surrounds her. Their leader is none other than Feng, the man the employees had hired. The bikers are surprised because they expected a man but instead find a girl standing before them. Feng even tells one of his bikers that he never hits women and asks why they brought a girl here. The biker suggests simply warning her and letting her go. Jin calmly asks if he's Feng. Proudly, he replies that he is. He then lectures Jin about bullying people in the office and tells her she should stop behaving like that. The moment he finishes speaking, Jin punches him directly in the face. What follows is an incredible fight scene where Jin completely defeats every biker by herself. Before leaving, she tells Feng that although he may never hit girls, she has absolutely no problem beating up boys. Feng lies on the ground in complete disbelief, wondering how he managed to lose so badly to a girl. When Jin returns home, Xiao immediately shows her phone, which has been flooded with messages all day, asking about everything Jin has done. The next morning, Jin once again disguises herself as Xiao and returns to work as Lin's secretary. Lin mentions that his neck is hurting again and secretly hopes Jin will somehow fix it the same way she accidentally did before. Instead, Jin misunderstands him completely. Lin then asks her to help him put on his coat. Once again, Jin asks whether he really can't even wear his own coat by himself. Lin repeats his usual speech about how these are all part of a secretary's responsibilities. Finally, Jin helps him wear the coat, but once again grabs his tie so tightly that she almost chokes him. While working in the office, we also learn that V Group mainly manufactures beauty and Fajinon products. It seems that Jin herself once dreamed of becoming a Fajinon designer, but for some reason, she was never able to achieve that dream. Later that night, Jin and Xiao sit together and talk about everything that happened during the day. Xiao offers Jin the same cakes they are eating. The moment Jin sees them, she realizes they're the exact same cakes Lin asked her to buy earlier. Zhao happily explains that those cakes are actually her favorite. Only then does Jin understand why Lin had told her to eat them instead of throwing them away. Zhao then starts talking about how kind Lin really is. She recalls how, after working late one evening, Lin personally drove her home. During the drive, he told her that if anyone ever bullied her at the office, she should immediately tell him so he could help. Unfortunately, Zhao never said anything because she was afraid the bullies would only make her life even worse. That same evening, Lin also gave her those special cakes because he knew they had already sold out by the time Zhao reached the bakery. He had them specially arranged just for her. Listening to the whole story, Jin finally realizes why her sister likes Lin so much. Just then, Lin suddenly calls and orders Zhao to come to the office immediately because there's an urgent task. Jin refuses without hesitation, saying that her working hours are already over and this is her time to rest, not work. Before she can say anything else, Lin simply hangs up. Jin immediately starts complaining about what a terrible and demanding boss he is. Zhao quickly defends him, reminding Jin that he's actually her boss, so she shouldn't speak badly about him. At that exact moment, the doorbell rings. Jin opens the door and is shocked to find Lin standing outside. He explains that since his secretary refused to come to the office, he came personally. He tells her that they have an important party with their biggest client, Li Hao, and if his secretary doesn't accompany him, he'll be bored and won't have anyone to help him with work. Meanwhile, Zhao secretly hides inside the house, so Lin won't discover that the real Zhao is actually there. Jin keeps nervously glimpsing behind her, desperately trying to think of a way to send Lin away before he discovers the truth. Although Jin doesn't want to go at all, she eventually has no choice but to agree. While they're on the way, Jin asks if she's really expected to attend such an important party wearing her current clothes. Hearing that, Lin takes her to a luxury boutique and personally chooses a beautiful dress for her. When Jin finally comes out wearing it, Lin completely freezes. He can't take his eyes off her because she looks absolutely stunning. After staring for a few seconds, he finally comes back to his senses and awkwardly reminds himself that they need to leave for the party. However, once they arrive, Jin realizes that there isn't actually any party taking place. It turns out Lin's family lied to him just to bring him there. Instead of a business event, it's actually a family dinner. Here, we're introduced to the main female villain of the story. At the same time, Lin's grandfather joins through a video call. He explains that the Gu family and the Lin family have been close friends for many years. Now, he wants to strengthen that relationship by arranging Lin's marriage with the Gu family's daughter. Lin's mother is naturally delighted to hear this, and the girl herself is equally happy. Lin's mother even tells her to sit beside Lin so they can spend more time together. Meanwhile, Jin couldn't care less about any of this. She's quietly enjoying the delicious food without paying attention to their conversation. Suddenly, Lin stands up and announces that he has something important to tell everyone. He calmly says that the most important person in his life is his personal secretary, Jin. The entire room falls silent. Even Jin is completely confused, wondering what on earth he's saying. Meanwhile, Lin keeps looking directly at her. The villain is shocked and every family member is left speechless. Jin quickly tries to deny everything and nervously says there's nothing like that. As she's about to lose her balance, Lin catches her in his arms. Watching this scene makes the villain furious. In anger, she tries to throw a glass of wine at Jin, but Lin immediately steps in and blocks it himself. Even Lin's grandfather, who is watching through the video call, becomes furious after witnessing everything. The villain then loses control and tries to slap Jin directly, but before her hand can reach Jin's face, Jin grabs her wrist effortlessly. Lin immediately decides to leave with Jin. Unfortunately, several bodyguards suddenly surround them. For Jin, however, this isn't a problem at all. Using her boxing skills, she defeats every single bodyguard within moments before escaping with Lin. While they're leaving, Lin can't stop wondering how his quiet secretary can fight so unbelievably well. At the same time, Jin remembers everything Zhao once told her about Lin. Zhao always said he was kind, often giving her rides home and even buying her favorite cakes. Thinking about those memories, Jin suddenly stops walking. Lin approaches and asks what's wrong. Instead of answering, Jin suddenly slaps him across the face. She angrily asks why he told everyone she was the most important person in his life. Lin calmly admits he did it on purpose. That only makes Jin even angrier. She tells him to stop creating misunderstandings just because he cares about other people's opinions. Lin walks closer and softly asks if she's really that angry. Then he jokingly reminds her that she tore his extremely expensive suit during all the chaos. Jin immediately panics and asks if it was really that expensive. Lin smiles and says yes. She regretfully says that if she'd known earlier, she would have been much more careful. The funny part is that Lin is only teasing her to see her reaction. A few moments later, fireworks light up the night sky. The two quietly watch them together, creating a surprisingly sweet moment. Afterward, Lin safely drops Jin home, but as she reaches the entrance, she finds the girl in the black dress already there. The villain is insulting Jin's mother and Xiao. She accuses them of raising their daughter badly and claims Jin is only trying to trap rich men to become wealthy. She even shamelessly demands that Jin's mother kneel and apologize. Xiao immediately begs for forgiveness, promising nothing like this will happen again. Watching her mother being humiliated makes Jin furious. She tries to stop her mother from apologizing. Just then, the villain raises her hand to slap Xiao. Before she can, Lin suddenly appears and blocks her. He angrily asks how she dares to behave like this. The villain then complains to her own parents, who are so embarrassed that they immediately take her away. After everyone leaves, Lin gently comforts Xiao. Unable to hold back anymore, Xiao suddenly hugs him and bursts into tears. Lin is completely confused because she'd been acting so brave just moments ago. Watching from the side, Jin feels conflicted. She's slowly developing feelings for Lin, but she also knows her own sister genuinely likes him. The next morning, Jin disguises herself as Xiao and returns to the office. The first thing she does is throw Lin onto the floor again because she's still annoyed with him. After calming down, she reminds him about their international meeting with Li Hao later that day. That night, everyone attends the business party. Several women admire Lin's handsome appearance. Hearing them, Lin actually walks to a mirror, looks at himself, and confidently says they aren't wrong because he really is handsome. Meanwhile, Jin leaves the hall to grab something to eat. Outside, she unexpectedly meets the second male lead again, the same man who once gave her the last cake. Thinking he's an ordinary person, Jin happily thanks him once again. At that moment, someone suddenly grabs his phone and runs away. Without hesitation, Jin rushes forward and knocks the thief down with a single move. Then several more men surround them. Jin immediately steps in front of the second male lead and warns everyone to stay back unless they want broken bones. A few seconds later, the men awkwardly explain that they're actually his bodyguards. Realizing her mistake, Jin becomes extremely embarrassed and quickly walks away. We then learn that this second male lead actually hates Lin and secretly wants to take over his company. Back inside the party, the second male lead finally arrives. He turns out to be none other than Li Hao, the owner of the famous Li Hao International Company. Jin is completely shocked after discovering his true identity. As Li Hao continues speaking, Jin can't stop staring at him. Lin notices and jokingly asks if Li Hao is really that handsome. Instead of answering, Jin awkwardly smiles at Li Hao, still embarrassed about accidentally protecting him from his own bodyguards. The villain is also attending the event. Soon afterward, Lin approaches Li Hao to discuss business. However, Li Hao bluntly says Lin's company isn't even among the top-ranked companies, so he has no interest in investing. Lin confidently asks whether he'd reconsider if V Group reached the top rankings. Li Hao laughs and says that's impossible. Before Lin can reply, Jin suddenly steps forward. She confidently tells Li Hao that he's wrong. She explains that someone as young as Lin couldn't have become CEO of such a huge company without extraordinary ability. Hearing her passionately defend Lin genuinely impresses Li Hao. Smiling, he says he'll at least visit Lin's company before making a final decision. Lin is naturally delighted. Jin introduces herself as Lin's secretary, but when Li Hao shakes her hand, Lin immediately pulls their hands apart and firmly says she's not just a secretary, she's his personal secretary. Even Li Hao looks surprised. After a few drinks, Li Hao once again declares that Lin's company will never become #1 before leaving. Meanwhile, we learn another important secret. The girl in the black dress is actually Li Hao's younger sister. At the same time, Jin remembers how the villain humiliated her mother and Xiao the previous night. Still furious, she walks toward her to get revenge. Lin notices and immediately tries to stop her, but Jin ignores him. Just as she's about to confront the villain, Lin suddenly pulls her toward himself. Because of the sudden movement, they accidentally kiss. The entire hall witnesses the unexpected kiss, leaving everyone stunned. Both of them are completely shocked, and in panic, Jin instinctively throws her own boss onto the ground once again. Li Hao, who has already started liking Jin, secretly enjoys watching everything. Afterward, Jin leaves the party and both she and Lin sit silently inside the car. Because of the awkward kiss, neither of them knows what to say. Finally, Lin breaks the silence by saying that at least today's meeting wasn't a complete failure, since Lee Hao agreed to visit the company. Meanwhile, Jin isn't listening at all. She keeps replaying the kiss in her mind. After Lin drops her home, both of them continue thinking about that same moment. Jin reminds herself that she shouldn't have such feelings because Xiao genuinely likes Lin. Even so, she becomes so lost in thought that she almost imagines Lin standing beside her, about to kiss her again. On the other hand, Lin is just as restless. At the same time, Xiao waits outside Lin's house, hoping to catch a glimpse of him. Just then, Lin receives a call from his grandfather. His grandfather harshly reminds him that the Lin family's reputation now rests entirely on his shoulders and warns him to protect both the company and the family's honor. Meanwhile, Xiao receives an important notification and immediately informs Jin. The next morning, Jin once again disguises herself as Xiao and reminds Lin that Lee Hao will soon visit the company. However, Lin barely looks at her and stays focused on work. A little later, Lee Hao arrives. Since Jin has never actually worked there, Xiao secretly guides her over the phone throughout the meeting. Lin confidently presents his business proposal. Unfortunately, Lee Hao has already decided to reject it. Seeing this, Jin steps forward herself. She confidently explains the company's achievements, profits, and future potential. Lee Hao listens carefully but still says it's not enough before turning to leave. Jin immediately stops him. Although Lin signals her to stop, Lee Hao instead invites her outside for a private conversation. Once they're alone, Lee Hao tells Jin that someone as talented as her shouldn't waste her abilities in Lin's company and suggests she work somewhere better. Before leaving, he asks one strange question. Have you ever wondered how I already know so much confidential information about your company? He tells her to think about it before walking away. His words immediately make Jin suspicious. At this point, we see another flashback. Earlier, when Jin protected Lee Hao from the thief, the real target had actually been a USB drive hidden inside his phone. Later, Lee Hao tells his assistant to investigate who arranged the attempted theft, since he already wants to take over Lin's company. Meanwhile, Jin finally realizes that someone inside V Group must be leaking confidential information. She immediately warns everyone, but nobody believes her. Soon afterward, Lin asks Jin to cancel all his remaining meetings for the day. Later, while secretly talking to Xiao on the phone, Xiao once again reminds Jin that Lin is actually a very kind person and asks her to protect him no matter what happens. Feeling sorry for Lin, Jin promises she will. During their conversation, Xiao accidentally gives Jin another important clue. Jin suddenly realizes who might actually be responsible for leaking the company's information. The following day, Jin brings a gift for Lin to thank him for personally coming to her house and taking her to the family dinner. Inside is a signed photo of Lin's favorite fashion designer. The moment Lin sees it, he becomes genuinely happy. He asks how she knew about his interest in fashion design. Jin casually replies that his office is filled with fashion magazines and sketches, so even a blind person could figure it out. Lin can't help smiling. As they continue talking, they gradually move closer. Lin slowly leans in, about to kiss her. Jin instinctively closes her eyes. But just before their lips meet, she suddenly remembers that Zhao loves Lin. She immediately steps back and tells him they'll solve the company's problems first. Later, Lin attends another internal meeting. Afterward, he asks Xiao to send all the company's financial records and bills to Mr. Yan. Lin's uncle also reminds him to organize every transaction carefully, because any suspicious activity could be used against him. Unknown to them, Lee Hao is already trying to take over the company. Just then, Jin receives a call from Xiao. Xiao suddenly remembers that one of the rude managers once gave her a pink file and ordered her to copy its contents. Now she believes that file contains proof that someone inside the company has been leaking confidential information. The moment Jin hears this, she rushes to confront that manager. After getting beaten up, he admits he no longer has the file. Instead, he says it's with the same employee who gave the incorrect profit presentation during the first meeting. Later, the two corrupt employees are drinking together at a bar. One laughs that their young boss will never discover the truth. The other worries about what will happen if Lin finds out. The first confidently replies that nobody will ever tell him, and even mentions that Xiao has already started investigating. Just then, Jin suddenly appears disguised as a man. She calmly asks where the pink file is. When both men refuse to answer, she simply beats them until they confess. Unfortunately, they had already prepared another trap. They secretly invited a group of reporters. The moment the reporters arrive, the two men shift all the blame onto Lin. They accuse him of secretly selling company shares and leaking confidential information. Then they pull off Jin's cap, revealing her identity as Lin's secretary. The reporters immediately surround her with endless questions about the scandal. Just when things become impossible to handle, someone suddenly arrives on a motorcycle. It's none other than Feng, the biker Jin defeated earlier. He quickly puts a helmet on Jin, pulls her onto the motorcycle, and speeds away before the reporters can stop them. Meanwhile, the two corrupt employees celebrate, believing they've successfully framed both Lin and Jin. Feng takes Jin somewhere quiet. She asks why he helped her and how he even knew she was at that bar. Feng casually says he happened to see her and simply followed her. In reality, he's been following her because he's secretly fallen in love with her. He finally confesses his feelings. Unfortunately for him, Jin rejects him without hesitation and walks away. When Jin reaches home, she finds dozens of reporters surrounding the house. Her mother and Xiao are being questioned non-stop. Jin wants to rush over and help them, but Feng stops her, telling her to stay hidden while he deals with the reporters. He drives them all away. However, while doing so, he suddenly notices Xiao. He's completely confused because he thought Jin was standing somewhere else only moments ago. Soon, Lin's assistant arrives and takes Xiao away. Feng asks how she suddenly appeared there. Xiao simply says she has no idea who he is before leaving. Poor Feng complains that he's a famous gang leader, yet today nobody even recognizes him. Just then, Jin appears behind him. Seeing her again scares him so badly that he almost jumps. He asks how she was somewhere else just a moment ago. Jin ignores the question and simply orders him to come with her. Soon, we discover they've arrived at the hospital. The pressure from the reporters has caused Jin and Xiao's mother to fall seriously ill. While Xiao takes care of their mother, poor Feng sits between the identical sisters, completely confused. He finally realizes they're twins. Pointing at Jin, he says, "She's the terrifying girl who beat him up." Jin immediately hits him again and confirms she's Jin. Then Feng looks at Xiao and innocently says she seems much gentler. Before anyone else arrives, Jin checks whether Lin's assistant has left the hospital. She then puts her helmet back on so nobody discovers the twins' secret. Afterward, Jin secretly sneaks into Lin's office to search for the pink file. Feng follows her. While they're searching, Lin, his mother, and his assistant suddenly enter. The two quickly hide. A video call is already taking place. Lin's grandfather is furious. He says the recent scandal has badly damaged the company's reputation and orders Lin to fire Xiao immediately so she never works for the Lin company again. Lin's mother feels sorry for Xiao and argues that ruining her career would be too cruel. But Lin's grandfather refuses to listen. After a long silence, Lin finally agrees. Hidden nearby, Jin hears everything and is completely shocked. After the call ends, Lin's mother leaves. Lin sits alone, looking exhausted. Finally, he sends Xiao a message, saying she's been through too much recently and giving her a full day off so she can rest. However, the notification sound suddenly comes from somewhere inside the office. Hearing it, Lin follows the sound. Instead of finding Xiao, he only finds her phone. Just as he's about to leave with it, Xiao suddenly appears, saying she returned to get it. Lin tries to talk to her, but Xiao remains distant before leaving with Feng for the hospital. At the hospital, Feng shows Xiao the online rumors about Jin. Before he can explain, he receives a phone call and walks away. Left alone, Xiao checks her own phone and reads Lin's message telling her to take a leave of absence. Instead of feeling relieved, she becomes sad. She remembers how Lin's grandfather ordered Lin to fire her, and how Lin agreed, but things quickly get worse. Lin's fiancé suddenly arrives and warns Xiao to stay away from him. She claims their families have been connected for years and that she's destined to marry Lin. She also insults Xiao, saying someone of her status could never be with a man like him. Xiao isn't intimidated. She calmly replies that even if she disappeared from Lin's life, he would never choose someone like her because she simply isn't a good person. Furious, the fiancé declares that if Lin can't belong to her, she won't let him belong to anyone else before leaving with a strange smile. Moments later, a group of reporters storms the hospital and surrounds Xiao. Hearing the commotion, Jin rushes outside. As soon as the reporters see her, they turn toward her as well. To protect her sister, Xiao steps forward and claims she's the older sister, asking them to question her instead. Just as the situation gets out of control, Zhang suddenly arrives. He warns the reporters that official notices have already been sent to their news agencies, and they'll face serious consequences if they continue harassing Xiao. Almost immediately, the reporters back off. Afterward, Xiao thanks Zhang, but Zhang has another reason for coming. Ever since meeting her, he's wanted Xiao to become his personal secretary. He even reveals that he already knows Jin and Xiao are twins, Since Jin is already working for Lin, he wants Zhao by his side instead. Surprised, Zhao asks for time to think about it. Back in the hospital room, the sisters finally argue. Jin blames Zhao for making everything even more complicated. Zhao explains that she only wanted to protect her sister. Then Jin finally asks the question she's been avoiding. Do you like Lin? Zhao understands why she's asking. Even though she has developed feelings for Lin, she denies it completely. Their argument continues until their mother wakes up and reminds Jin that everything Zhao did was out of love for her sister. Hearing that, Jin apologizes, though she's still struggling with her emotions. Meanwhile, Feng starts carrying out a mission of his own. He approaches the same corrupt employees responsible for the company's problems. Pretending to join them, he accepts their money and gains their trust. Believing he's on their side, they openly confess all the fraud and corruption they've committed. The next day, Zhao attends a press conference and tries to take responsibility for everything. But before things get worse, Lin arrives and publicly declares that Zhao only acted under his orders and isn't at fault. The reporters immediately bombard them with questions. As Lin answers, he remembers his grandfather's threat. At the same time, Zhao remembers Jin's words and realizes both sisters now have feelings for the same man. Suddenly, the conference takes a dramatic turn. A video begins playing on the giant screen. It shows Feng secretly recording the corrupt employees as they confess every crime they committed, exposing how they manipulated company information and created the entire scandal. The video proves that neither Zhao nor Lin was responsible. But it isn't over yet. Another clip appears, showing the corrupt employees coaching Feng to read a fake script that would frame Lin. Instead, Feng deliberately ruins their plan, exposing the entire setup. Now everyone finally realizes Lin was framed from the very beginning. Just then, Zhang officially announces a business partnership with Lin's company. The company's stock immediately begins recovering, investors regain confidence, and the business is finally saved. With the truth exposed, Lin promises the real culprits won't escape punishment. However, Lin's uncle gives a long speech about how those responsible must never be forgiven. While everyone else simply listens, Lin quietly starts becoming suspicious of him. Unknown to everyone, the uncle is actually the mastermind behind the entire conspiracy. Soon, another meeting is held to find the real culprit. During the meeting, Lin's mother sincerely apologizes to Zhao for how she treated her and admits she's an excellent employee. After the meeting, Lin and Zhao leave together. Meanwhile, Lin's uncle secretly tries manipulating Lin's mother. He suggests she temporarily hand control of the company over to him until everything settles down. Fortunately, she refuses, saying that after partnering with Zhang's international company, things are already improving and Lin should remain in charge. Later that night, Zhang offers to drive Zhao home. Before she can answer, Lin immediately says he'll take her himself. Zhang jokingly reminds Lin that he should actually thank Zhao because she's the one who convinced him to help the company. The two men start arguing over who gets to take her home. Just then, Feng suddenly arrives on his motorcycle. After learning the meeting ended long ago, he dramatically complains that he was supposed to be today's star, yet nobody even noticed him. He then starts flirting with Zhao, making everyone laugh. When Feng offers to drive her home, both Lin and Zhang reject the idea at exactly the same time. In the end, Zhao refuses all three and decides to take the train instead. Even then, Lin quietly follows behind to make sure she gets home safely. After Zhao arrives home, she tells Lin to go back. Instead, Lin awkwardly keeps talking. Finally, Zhao asks if he's trying to say something. Without thinking, Lin blurts out that he feels like she's falling in love with him. The moment those words leave his mouth, Zhao grabs him and throws him onto the ground once again before angrily walking away. Back inside, Zhao quietly looks at an old family photo of herself, Jin, and their mother. Unable to sleep, she spends the entire night staring out the window. Meanwhile, Lin is also awake, replaying all the moments they've shared and wondering why he said something so embarrassing. The following day, Lin's uncle secretly meets the same three employees who helped him manipulate the company. Their plan has failed, and only the uncle has managed to avoid suspicion. At the same time, we learn that Lin's fiancé is secretly involved in the conspiracy as well. During their conversation, another shocking truth is revealed. Lin's uncle is actually his half-brother. Years ago, Lin's grandfather forced Lin's father to abandon the uncle's mother. Since then, the uncle has spent his entire life planning revenge against the Lin family. Now that his original plan has failed, they begin discussing a new one. A little later, Lin's grandfather personally calls the uncle. He proudly says he's run the family business for over 50 years, so childish tricks will never defeat him. The uncle completely loses his temper. He accuses his father of abandoning him and his mother for the sake of money and power. He swears that one day he'll destroy everything the Lin family has built. Just then, Lin's fiancé joins him and suggests an even more dangerous plan, eliminating Xiao if necessary. Meanwhile, we return to Lin and Xiao. The two discuss company business as usual. Before long, Lin starts flirting again. Xiao immediately says she absolutely hates this side of him. Hearing that, Lin quickly returns to being serious. During their conversation, Lin asks whether Xiao really loves money that much. Xiao honestly replies that she does because money is incredibly important. A few moments later, 3 employees enter the office. Lin hands Xiao a file. After reading it, Xiao completely misunderstands the situation. She assumes it's compensation because she's being fired. Furious, she reminds Lin how hard she's worked for the company before throwing him onto the floor once again. Everyone is stunned. As the security guards move in, Lin immediately stops them and orders everyone to stay out of it. Xiao then storms out. Later, Lin takes Xiao to another location. There, she's shocked to see Lin's fiancé waiting for them. They've actually come to discuss their arranged marriage. Lin openly rejects the marriage. His fiancé reminds him they've known each other since childhood, but Lin bluntly says that no matter how rich she is, she has absolutely no common sense. He even challenges her to prove herself by helping his company succeed in the market. Unable to accept the insult, she immediately agrees. Meanwhile, Lin's mother privately asks Xiao to meet her. She hands Xiao a black card with unlimited money. Although she praises Xiao for being hardworking and kind, she says she still can't allow her to marry Lin. She asks Xiao to accept the money and quietly leave his life. Xiao politely refuses. She says she'll never accept money like this, but promises to stay away from Lin. At that exact moment, Lin's grandfather calls. He accuses Xiao of staying close to Lin only because of his wealth and orders her to leave him immediately. This finally makes Xiao lose her patience. She angrily says that all he has ever cared about is money and business. She reminds him that he once ruined his own son's life for the company and is now doing the same to his grandson. Unknown to her, Lin is secretly standing nearby and hears everything. Xiao continues, saying that Lin doesn't love the woman chosen for him, so nobody should force him into marriage. Furious, Lin's grandfather immediately fires Xiao. At that moment, Lin walks forward. He firmly declares that nobody has the right to fire his personal secretary except him. Then he takes Xiao away, right in front of his fiancée. Later, Lin brings Xiao to a restaurant. Impressed by her courage, he tells her to write down every wish she has because he'll personally fulfill them all. Xiao happily writes a long list. A little later, Lin surprises her with a birthday cake and wishes her a happy birthday. However, the moment Xiao sees it, her expression changes. Today isn't actually her birthday. Her birthday is tomorrow. Feeling emotional, Xiao starts drinking several glasses of wine. Lin has no idea why his surprise made her sad. Eventually, Xiao leaves the restaurant. Lin follows and asks what's wrong. Standing close to him, Xiao remembers that not only does she love Lin, but her own twin sister loves him too. Unable to control herself, the drunken Xiao suddenly kisses him. A few seconds later, she comes to her senses, slaps him across the face, and runs away. Lin chases after her and offers to drive her home, but Zhao refuses, gets into a taxi, and leaves. Inside the taxi, she wonders how she'll ever face him again. Meanwhile, poor Lin is left standing there completely confused. Noticing how sad Zhao looks, the taxi driver hands her a microphone connected to a recorder and tells her that speaking her feelings aloud might help. Zhao follows his advice. She admits she's deeply in love with Lin, but Jin also has feelings for him, and she has no idea what to do anymore. Back at home, Zhao finds her mother waiting with another birthday cake. Instead of smiling, Zhao becomes even sadder. She gently reminds her mother that today isn't actually her birthday. She explains that she was born 10 minutes before Jin, just before midnight. Because of those 10 minutes, Jin's birthday falls on the next day, while Zhao's was actually yesterday. Jin quietly overhears everything. The sisters still aren't speaking because of their recent argument. Their mother notices Zhao's exhausted expression and asks if she's all right. Zhao simply smiles and says she's tired. She says she's already done everything she wanted to do, protected Jin, punished those who bullied her, and fulfilled all her responsibilities. Now she feels her job is finally finished. Watching from a distance, Jin feels incredibly guilty. Meanwhile, Lin keeps remembering the kiss. The more he thinks about it, the more convinced he becomes that Zhao truly loves him. On the other hand, Zhao spends another sleepless night staring out the window. The next morning, Zhao returns to her boxing club while Jin goes back to work. When Lin arrives at the office, he notices that Zhao is acting much calmer and gentler than usual, leaving him completely confused. Meanwhile, the real Zhao furiously trains at the boxing club with Feng, trying to release all the emotions she's been holding inside. Back at the office, Jin is now respected by everyone. Instead of bullying her, her coworkers appreciate everything she has done. Seeing her behave so politely confuses Lin even more. He asks why she's suddenly treating him like a normal boss. Jin simply continues working. After a while, she accidentally falls asleep at her desk. Just then, Lin's uncle arrives. He casually mentions hearing that Lin has been investigating him. Lin calmly replies that it's simply part of his job. At the same time, Lin's mother visits Jin and Xiao's home. She hands their mother a bank card filled with money and politely asks her to convince her daughter to stay away from Lin. However, Xiao's mother asks, "Which daughter? I have 2 daughters and both have worked with Lin." Only then does Lin's mother realize Xiao and Jin are twins. Instead of getting angry, she admits she actually likes Xiao very much. She says Xiao is capable, experienced, and Lin always seems happiest around her. Although Lin's grandfather has already arranged another marriage, she personally wishes Xiao could become her daughter-in-law. Xiao's mother promises she'll ask her daughter first. Meanwhile, Xiao has already started preparing to leave her current job. Back at the company, Lin's uncle keeps encouraging Lin, reminding him that it's finally time for him to get married. Elsewhere, Jin wakes up after falling asleep at work. Before leaving, Lin's mother thanks Zhao's mother for the tea. Later, we see Zhao working at another company. After finishing her assignment, a male coworker invites her for a walk, but she politely refuses. As she walks away, she suddenly notices Lin and Jin together. Lin is fulfilling every wish written on the list and even surprises Jin with a bouquet of red roses before confessing his feelings. Watching everything from a distance completely shatters Zhao's heart. She remembers the night Lin celebrated what he believed was her birthday and promised to fulfill all her wishes. Then she sees Jin hugging Lin. Believing her sister accepted his confession, Xiao runs away in the pouring rain and breaks down crying. A few moments later, Zhang arrives with an umbrella. He explains that after seeing Lin confess, he knew Xiao would be heartbroken, so he came to take her home. Xiao quietly leaves with him. Later, they have dinner together. Grateful for Zhang's kindness, Xiao finally accepts his earlier offer to become his personal secretary. After dinner, they leave the restaurant. Because Xiao stood in the rain for so long, she suddenly becomes dizzy. Zhang quickly catches her. Unfortunately, Lin arrives at that exact moment and sees them together. The drama then flashes back about 30 minutes earlier. Jin had been thinking about everything Xiao sacrificed throughout their lives, including how everyone always forgot Xiao's real birthday. Thinking about all this, Jin asks Lin, "If someday you find out the person you actually love isn't me, how would you feel?" Lin doesn't understand. Jin then apologizes and tells him she can't accept his confession before walking away. The hug earlier wasn't acceptance, it was simply comfort. Heartbroken, Lin goes to a hotel bar to drink. There, he unexpectedly finds Zhang and Xiao together. He joins them and starts drinking. Believing Xiao rejected him because she likes Zhang, Lin drinks more and more. Eventually, he's so drunk that both Xiao and Zhang have to support him and take him home. After dropping Lin off, Xiao prepares to leave, but Zhang notices she's burning with a high fever after getting soaked in the rain. She suddenly faints. Zhang carries her inside and spends the entire night taking care of her. The next morning, Xiao wakes up at Zhang's house. When she walks outside, she finds Zhang and Lin both preparing breakfast for her. The atmosphere instantly becomes awkward. Lin grows jealous seeing how close Zhang and Xiao seem. Soon, all three sit down to eat, while both men secretly compete for Xiao's attention. Later, Lin returns to the office and finds Jin already back at work. Surprised, he says she could have taken the day off. Jin realizes he's mistaken her for Xiao again but says nothing. Meanwhile, Xiao spends more time with Zhang. At his boxing club, she easily defeats him during practice. Back at the company, Lin and Jin meet an important client while someone secretly photographs them together. Elsewhere, Xiao and Zhang continue growing closer. At the same time, the main female villain appears again. While working with Lin and Jin, she deliberately humiliates Jin before giving them more time to finish the project. Suddenly, Jin collapses from exhaustion. Lin quickly catches her before she falls. As she remains unconscious, he slowly leans in as if about to kiss her. But before anything happens, his mother suddenly walks in and interrupts them. Sometime later, everyone gathers because the company's biggest product launch is finally approaching. Both Lin and Jin work tirelessly preparing for it. Finally, launch day arrives. Everyone nervously waits for the results. Then, Lynn's mother and uncle arrive with incredible news. The new product has become a massive success, earning an unbelievable 95% profit. Overjoyed, Lynn immediately hugs Jin without thinking. Watching quietly from the side, Lynn's uncle secretly records the entire moment. Later, the main villain sees the news reports showing how successful the product launch has been. Then, she receives the video from Lynn's uncle, showing Lynn and Jin hugging each other while celebrating their success. Furious, she immediately calls him and asks why he ruined her mood. The uncle calmly reminds her not to forget their real objective. The two begin discussing their next plan to completely destroy Lynn Group. Finally, the uncle says none of this was originally his idea and claims she was the one who forced him onto this path. Right after saying that, he makes another mysterious phone call, clearly planning his next move. After that, the scene jumps to Lynn and Jin, who are meeting with Lynn's grandfather. His mother and uncle are also present. The grandfather is extremely happy because the company has performed incredibly well this time. Lynn's mother also praises everyone's hard work. Wanting Lynn and Xiao to spend some time together, she sends them out for lunch. Coincidentally, Xiao and Zhang are eating at the exact same restaurant. Meanwhile, Lynn is becoming more and more confused by Jin's strange behavior. Sometimes she acts bold and aggressive, while other times she is unusually gentle and polite. When he asks her about it, Jin simply avoids the question and heads to the restroom. Inside the restroom, Jin meets Xiao. The two sisters talk privately, and Jin admits that Lynn is slowly starting to suspect something. Xiao says she already knows, but since she rejected Lynn, Jin is now free to be with him if she wants. After saying that, Xiao walks out. Right outside, she unexpectedly runs into Lynn. Seeing her in different clothes, Lynn becomes even more confused and asks if she linged outfits again. Xiao simply agrees and tells him to come with her. At the same time, Zhang meets Jin and immediately realizes that she isn't Xiao at all. He finally figures out that the two are identical twin sisters. Elsewhere, the biker guy is trying his best to win over the twins' mother. He jokingly asks her to adopt him as her son, leaving her completely speechless. Suddenly, they hear someone coming and quickly hide inside the Kitlin. Moments later, Zhang and Jin arrive at the house. While looking around, Zhang notices a family photo showing Xiao and Jin together. He is stunned after realizing they really are twins. Before they can process everything, they also hear footsteps and rush into the Kitlin to hide. Now all four of them are squeezed together inside the Kitlin, staring at each other in complete shock. Just then, Lynn and Xiao arrive at the house. The first thing Xiao does is hide the family photo before Lynn notices it. She walks into the Kitlin to get something for him and is shocked to find her entire family hiding inside. Everyone desperately signals her to stay quiet, making the whole situation incredibly funny. Xiao quickly returns and tells Lynn that she is very tired and thinks he should go home. However, Lynn refuses to leave. Instead, he says he'll just rest in her bedroom for a while. Just then, Lynn notices an old radio inside the house. He turns it on, and suddenly the recording Xiao made inside the taxi starts playing. The recording reveals everything. Xiao had confessed that she secretly took Jin's place at work and explained everything that happened afterward. The entire family hears the recording together. Lynn is completely heartbroken. He finally realizes that the woman he truly fell in love with was never Jin. It was Xiao all along. He immediately questions Xiao, asking why she lied to him, but Xiao stays completely silent. After returning home, Lynn talks to his mother about everything. We also see a flashback where Lynn had angrily confronted Xiao before walking away. Back at Xiao's house, everyone feels terrible after realizing how much pain Xiao has been carrying all this time. Both Lynn and Xiao spend the night crying separately. Later, Lynn receives a call from his mother saying that his grandfather wants to speak with him, but Lynn refuses. Instead, he locks himself inside his room and drowns his sorrows in alcohol. Taking advantage of this situation, his fiancée arrives. She gets him drunk and tries to get close to him. The next morning, everyone is miserable except the female villain, who is secretly celebrating. Meanwhile, Xiao locks herself inside her room. Jin comes to comfort her and sincerely apologizes, saying that none of this would have happened if it weren't for her. She tells Xiao that this is her own life, and she has every right to love whoever she wants. At the same time, Lynn's mother keeps sending him messages. She reminds him how devastated he was after losing his father, but eventually he managed to stand back up. She encourages him to fight once again instead of giving up. After thinking deeply about her words, Lynn finally calls Xiao. The two meet each other. Without saying much, Xiao suddenly kisses Lynn, finally expressing all the feelings she had been hiding. Lynn kisses her back and promises that he'll stay by her side no matter what. The next day, Lin returns to work full of energy. Later, he spends quality time with Xiao. They go on dates, enjoy themselves together, and Xiao even teaches him boxing. Their relationship becomes stronger than ever. Soon after, Xiao tells Lin that she has received a coaching job in another city and will be leaving in just 3 days. Lin is devastated. Xiao tells him that they should support each other's careers and dreams if they truly love each other. But Lin has other plans. Before she leaves, he wants to marry her. Xiao playfully teases him, saying he's still too young to get married. Ignoring her joke, Lin takes her straight to a bridal shop and asks her to try on a wedding dress. The moment Xiao walks out wearing the white bridal gown, Lin can't take his eyes off her. She looks absolutely beautiful. The two happily take countless photos together, imagining their future. However, their happiness doesn't last long. Later, Lin, his mother, and the uncle are discussing company matters when the villain suddenly arrives with shocking news. She claims that after spending a night together, she has become pregnant with Lin's child. As compensation, she demands shares from the company. Lin is completely shocked because he barely remembers anything from that drunken night. Soon afterward, the villain's parents also arrive and pressure Lin into taking responsibility. Before anyone can recover from the situation, another disaster strikes. Lin receives a call informing him that his grandfather has been in a serious accident and has fallen into a coma. Unable to handle the pressure surrounding his family, the company, and his grandfather's condition, Lin finally agrees to marry his fiancé. Meanwhile, Xiao's mother apologizes for never protecting her daughter's happiness. She promises that from now on, she'll support whatever decision Xiao makes. A little later, the villain personally delivers her wedding invitation to Xiao and proudly announces that she will soon marry Lin. Xiao refuses to believe it. The two women begin arguing and Xiao is about to slap her. Right then, Lin arrives and stops her. Xiao asks him the only question that matters. "Are you really marrying her?" Lin quietly answers, "Yes." Those words completely shatter Xiao's heart. At that moment, Zhang also arrives. He already suspects that the villain must have manipulated Lin into making this decision. He asks everyone to leave so Xiao can calm down. After Lin leaves, Xiao completely breaks down in tears while Zhang stays beside her, silently supporting her. Later, the biker brother catches Lin on the road and punches him for hurting Xiao. Zhang also arrives and is ready to fight him. Lin apologizes and asks them to take good care of Xiao. Zhang coldly replies that Xiao is one of the strongest women he knows and doesn't need anyone to protect her. Lin then explains everything: the fake pregnancy, his grandfather's accident, his mother's condition, and why he had no choice but to accept the marriage. Zhang doesn't forgive him, but he reveals that Xiao will be leaving the city in just 2 days. The three men eventually decide to work together to expose the truth. Meanwhile, Xiao prepares to leave the city. On the wedding day, Lin sadly watches his fiancée walk toward him in a bridal dress. But in his imagination, he only sees Xiao. Just as the ceremony begins, Zhang starts a live press conference. He publicly exposes every crime committed inside the Lin group and reveals that the uncle was behind all the corruption and losses from the very beginning. At the wedding venue, Jin suddenly arrives and stops the ceremony. Moments later, Xiao appears wearing a beautiful wedding dress. Jin exposes the villain's lies in front of everyone. Then, Zhang reveals another shocking truth. The villain had lied about being pregnant. Xiao presents medical records proving that the villain couldn't even become pregnant due to an old accident. A flashback reveals that Zhang had secretly worked together with Xiao and Jin to collect all the evidence because he could never bear to see Xiao suffer. With all the proof now exposed, the villain has nothing left to say. Lin walks toward Xiao with tears in his eyes. He tells her that he wants to spend the rest of his life with her and sincerely proposes to her. This time, Xiao happily accepts. The two immediately run away together from the wedding hall while security guards try to stop them. Fortunately, their biker brother blocks every guard, allowing the couple to escape safely. At the same time, all of the uncle's crimes are fully exposed. He is arrested and finally sent to prison. Jin is overjoyed because justice has finally been served. Sometime later, Lin receives an exciting phone call. His grandfather has finally woken up from the coma. Even better, he has officially given his blessing for Lin and Xiao's marriage. Overjoyed, Lin puts an engagement ring on Xiao's finger. The two share a sweet romantic moment together, surrounded by smiles and laughter. And with their long-awaited happy ending, the drama finally comes to an end.